We back. Another episode on Rip and Go. We got my brother, Bronx native, Luie Baltazar. My guy, how you doing, man?
Chilling, man. You know how that go, man.
You good?
Grinding.
So,
Grinding in the gym. Regular.
So I want to start off, right? We're gonna talk about where you was born and raised. Talk a little bit about that.
Born and raised on Cortland Ave. Didn't really understand the game of basketball till like I got older, like as far as like the ins and outs of it. But in that area for me is a lot of like great talent. So I was already like around the game 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So like when I come to the park, there's always like better talent than me. There's a lot of talent. It's always competitive, and I feel like that played a role as well in my development. Being able to bump with aggression and being able to have to hold your own in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's my next question. I was gonna say, what was the environment like? So you said,
yeah, it was competitive as hell. Like I feel like when it comes to neighborhoods in the Bronx, I would say Cortland has developed a lot of like good talent. Mm-hmm. We have like lots of great players there, and then when you're there, it's like if you want to be one of them or you want to even be like picked, because when we playing full court, like you would want to be on the court. You don't want to be the kid that's like not playing, waiting 4 or 5 nexus. Is like, damn. So stuff like that motivate you. Like, nah, I gotta get better, because like I haven't played a game in like 3-5 games. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like it's competitive. It's competitive as hell, especially on that block. It was definitely competitive growing up.
Sure. So that's basketball wise. How about like just outside, like I know Cortland heavy, dangerous. Gangs over there, OGs.
So I feel like it's
lobbies, all the crib.
You know what's crazy? Like growing up, if you were a person that didn't like, if you were a person that just like mind your business and didn't really like be outside and stuff like that, then for me, obviously nothing's gonna be. But for a person like me that happened to be outside, not outside in a sense of like, oh, I'm outside doing, but happened to be a basketball player that was from that neighborhood that was pretty good and everyone knew. So like being in that environment, yes, it was like I did see some stuff, some crazy stuff. Sure. But like that's just what comes with the territory. Like it's always been known as like a area where it's rough and a lot of people resort to violence. But things have changed though. Like a lot of stuff has been right now. This era is a little crazy, but like like when I was growing up, it was gradually getting like, it wasn't like you go outside and you really gotta be kid. Like it was, you had to pick your poison, pick your spots,
pick your routes.
Exactly. Like if you was around that, yes, that came with the territory. But like if you wasn't really around that as much, then you was good. Like it wasn't really too much crazy stuff. But as you get older, yeah, it's been getting real crazy. But
yeah, for sure. Copy. All right, so let's talk about. Let's get back to the basketball.
Uh-huh.
So. Like how old were you when you started playing ball? Middle school, elementary.
So in middle school, I started playing when I was in. I got introduced to the game when I was in, I want to say 2nd, 3rd grade. Like I was a little older, because a lot of kids nowadays starting at like 5, 6, 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's like the way basketball has like the development of basketball, like the growth of basketball is so crazy now, bro. It's crazy how like much of a difference it is now from before. You know what I'm saying? So when I started playing, just playing around and stuff like that. My brother would bring me to the park. I would hoop like first, second grade. Nothing really crazy.
Shout out Oscar.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Oscar. He definitely introduced me to the game as far as like, cause he used to play basketball. So I would always be around him, and I'm always around like just trying to, you feel me, learn as much as I can. And then I started to really fall in love with basketball, like my middle school years. That's when I wanted to like explore and try to really see what I could do with basketball, because I could always shoot.
Was there like a specific grade in middle school?
I want to say 6th grade. I feel like when I was in 6th grade, I specifically chose a school that played basketball tournaments, because the school I went to at first, PS 29, they didn't really have basketball at the time. They didn't have, like, basketball wasn't a thing. Like, it was cool in gym period, but it wasn't like, yo, we got a team, we're gonna go play PS 86. Nah, it was like, yo, we doing after school, that's it. When I went to IS 162, that's when I started to understand basketball, like as far as team aspect, traveling to go play other teams, and then things of that nature. And I started to like it. I didn't fall in love. I take that back. I didn't fall in love. I just started to like the game. Like I like being around like a basketball environment. Like I started to little by little grow my love for the game around that time.
Gotcha. So in middle school, did you like know about like, I want to go to this high school. This high school is like big with basketball, or this school is the top. They go to invitation, they travel. Like, did you know about all that stuff
when I was in
middle school? Like,
no.
Or you just went to you just picked a high school randomly, or how? Like,
so when I was in middle school, like I said, basketball has grown so much. Now it's like with social media, it's like you could see the top of the top high schools. What's what? You know what I'm saying, if you do your research. Back then, when I was at the time that I was like trying to find my way in basketball, there weren't no such. I mean, for me, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't know basketball that much. I didn't know, like, okay, this school is the top high school you want to go to for basketball, or this school you want to go to this school for basketball. It was more like, yo, like, feel me, word of mouth. Like, I have a couple of my friends that went to middle school. They ended up going to specific high schools for basketball. So I would speak to them. They would refer me, and then I already had a foot in the door for some schools, some high schools. So it wasn't like I didn't know about no top school, or like, oh, I want to go to this school. I want to go to Iona or Fordham. I didn't know about none of that stuff. It was just more like, yo, like, and my dad and my parents was more like, yo, you're going to high school. Like, that was the main goal. It wasn't basketball. Like I said, basketball wasn't the main focus. It wasn't like coming. Right now, I feel like a lot of kids where they're advanced in is the way social media is now is just crazy. Like, you could come out of middle school and know specifically, yo, if I come to this school right here, I'm gonna get looked at by a lot of the colleges regardless, because this is a basketball school, or for it.
Just being on the team.
Exactly. Like when I was around the time when I was maybe it was, I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't really big on the basketball part as of yet when I was in middle school, but yeah, right now it's just different. Right now it's a different time in basketball.